Hello and welcome to All the Boards on a brand new week. Before we get into this week, we didn't have any special events running this weekend, but I did get a chance to pop away for the weekend up a bit further north to Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk, where I got to see my friends, the owners of Shuffle Board Game Cafe. Just a trip really to sort of recharge the old batteries. But a wonderful, wonderful town, and I can recommend if you are going to sort of Suffolk, East Anglia way, do make sure that you make a trip to Bury St Edmunds, even if it's just for the afternoon. Park up, get a booking at Shuffle, and play some games. Wonderful guys. They've got a great team as well. Very, very knowledgeable, very passionate as well, which is something you just can't teach. With anything really, but yeah, absolutely wonderful. Thoroughly recommend if you are sort of going up that way. Do check them out. So thank you to Andrew, Chris, and Tom for all of your hospitality. I will definitely be back again. So on to this week's episode, and we are always kicking off with our product highlight, beginning with this week's game of the week. And it has been Game of the Week in the past, but we have just had it back in stock after a 3-month gap. All of our copies sold out in a flash over Christmas, so we are super stoked to have this back in. I know there are people out there who are asking about this. As you can see, we do have the copy sitting in our games library, and people just asking about it all the time. Well, it is finally here. So if that was you, come on down. We've got plenty of copies, and nab yourself one. A lovely game. If you enjoy sort of tableau builders and quick and light fun card games, this is definitely the one for you. The player aids as well in this is great. The sort of scoring objectives and everything are quite modular, so you just look at the symbols on the thing. Okay, this does this and this does this, which means this card does this thing. But absolutely brilliant. I love the artwork as well, very quirky. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. One of my top games of 2024, and so we're super happy to have this one back in stock. Next, we have Quorum from De Vere Games. So this is one that came out most recently, middle of March. And in this game, you are Roman senators trying to expand your influence over the Roman Empire. And that will be with things like, I think it says on here, trades, the arts, military. So you've got all of these different prongs here, which are different aspects of the Roman Empire. And basically you'll sort of have like this kind of like bidding thing, a bit of hand management as well. Looks really good fun. One that I'm definitely going to have on my list to play. I most recently played Caesar and Cleopatra, which is a 2-player game from Cosmos. A similar kind of vibe in that one, but that one's the other way round, where you're Caesar and Cleopatra and you're trying to gain support of various senators and influential figures in Roman society. But a nice, light, fun little card game from De Vere, usually renowned for their sort of big, heavy, crunchy Euros. So it's always good to see something like this, like Cities, like Ouch, come from them. Just these fun little lightweight titles that help kind of bring people into the game. So if you like the theme, if you like Roman history, you like quick card games, then this is definitely one for you to check out. That is Quorum. And also, it is part of our offer with all our Cosmos and De Vere titles. If you spend £30 or more, then you get a copy of Kingsbridge for just £5 instead of the usual $14.95 that it would cost. So this and one other game will get you another one for 2/3 off. So that is Quorum from De Vere Games. Next we have Azul Duel. Now this came out towards the start of March, but it is a game that we'd like to touch on as the Azul series is, it's very critically acclaimed. There's been a lot of spin-offs. For me, the original is still the best one. I like that with a lot of things. You know, the original did a lot of things right. Others have expanded in different areas, but that's just me. However, they do have a 2-player version of Azul here, Azul Duel. In this, you're still a tile placement game, but you also now have varying objectives, end game objectives that you can now use. You also now have these tiles that you can place down that will allow you to personalise your own boards, create your own boards in your own way, and your own patterns. So if you do like Azul and you find that you are just playing it more often than not 2 players, then do consider Azul Duel a purchase. Changes enough about the game whilst keeping the core aspects that make Azul, but giving you a brand new experience for just $24.95. And then lastly, on our product highlight, we have got our dice trays back in from Tabletop Dominion. Lovely sort of like faux leather kind of feel to the front of them. And then as you open them up, you see we've got these 2 lovely trays. So you've got this larger tray if you want a lot of space for dice rolling. Inside we have a smaller insert and a border around here for some dice storage as well. So really 2 dice trays if you have a friend that always forgets their dice tray or refuses to bring one. But just a very nice and well presented product. Very sleek as well. It fits together nicely and it is not going to, there we go, fall out and scatter everywhere anytime soon. Quite secure as well. That is now $17.95. So if you are looking for a dice tray, a brand new one, or maybe you've got too many dice, need to grab some more, then do check these out. They work wonders. I've got one myself. A lot of our customers for our regular D&D groups here have them as well. So thoroughly recommend those. So that is everything for this week's product highlight. In terms of events coming up, we are running everything as normal this week. We've got a space on Tuesdays now where we will be looking to run a potentially a new group. So do keep your eyes and ears peeled on our social media for those, for details of those. And then this week, in terms of our monthly events, we will now be at the start of a new month. 6th of April will be our RPG day. So this will be one of our first RPG days that will be running over the course of the year. This one will basically be a place for people to come along and play games, play role-playing games that aren't your typical. They aren't Dungeons and Dragons, they aren't Pathfinder. Nothing wrong with those. I'm an unabashed Dungeons and Dragons fan. Absolutely love it. Played it for years, just absolutely in love with it. But it is nice as you progress, explore different systems. I'm going to be running Ken as part of this, which is part of the OSR, the old school Renaissance, sort of like going back to the days where you were dungeon delving and the risk of death was very, very high. So I'll be running that. But then if there are any RPGs that you'd like to run, maybe you have a particular favourite. We always hear mumblings out there, people that want to run Vampire the Masquerade or Call of Cthulhu or Morkborg. This will be your chance to really come down and show people your favourite RPG. We can book you in. That is the 6th of April and next one the 4th of May. So it will be the first Sunday of every month. And then that will give you, that will give us, that will give everyone else a chance to try out a wide world of role-playing games. And to that end, we also have starter sets and quick start kits in our library as well for things like Call of Cthulhu, RuneQuest, Dungeon Crawl Classics, The One Ring, for example. So there's plenty that we have there if there was something that you wanted to run. Some of those I will be going through myself as part of that. And then soon for the summer, when it arrives, I will start running an RPG called Mappa Mundi, as part of the monthly RPG day as well. So if that sounds like your bag, you want to try something a little bit different, or maybe you just haven't really thought about it, then it's a great way to just sort of explore a variety of different games. This weekend also is the start of the Easter holidays, so school's out for Easter, so we've got a 2-week holiday there. As part of that, we will be running a Lorcana Pack Rush event on the 12th of April. We have already put up details on our social media, so again, do keep your eyes out for more details on those. We'll make sure to share some more information about that as we get nearer to the time. But you need to book your slot. You come along. It's a free event, so you get a 3-hour slot. You get given 2 packs of Lorcana. We'll explain the ins and outs of the game, and then it's a great way to learn a wonderful, wonderful card game. And for those of you out there who already know how to play and you want to bring some friends into it, again, a great way for your friends to learn as well. Help kickstart their collection with some free cards as well. So do let us know if you'd like to be involved in that. Since we are advising people to book, and those will be 1-hour sessions as a freebie with no charge at all. So that about wraps up everything on the events. We do have board games arriving later this month, though we will wait for confirmation. As ever, our publishers are really good at kind of giving us rough times, but as always, it's down to the shipping, it's down to the couriers taking it from one country to the other that really dictates the time of releases. But we do have some really good games lined up, including a restock for Middle Ages as well, which was my top game of 2024. I cannot get enough of that. We have it in the library, thoroughly recommend. So we are getting some copies in, so if you are after a copy, let me know sooner rather than later, as we do expect them all to go super quick. So that is everything on this video. Thank you as always for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Drop us an email, give us a phone call, or if you're local enough, pop on the bus, walk down, get in the car, and come visit us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So that is everything this week. So as always, we'll see you in the boardroom.